I'm Jonathan Watt with Atara Group International. We hope you're enjoying our various series. The current one we're working with is Church Leadership. By the way, today we're here at Niagara Falls in western New York. We're on the American side, and specifically actually we're standing on what's called Goat Island with a lovely view of the Horseshoe Falls from the American point of view, and it's a great place to be, alternately sunny and rainy, so we may get through various situations of weather by the time we're finished today. Well, let's talk a little bit about church leadership styles. If you're enjoying it, please press the like button and subscribe to our channel. We're interested in finding the unique approach most suited to this stage in your church's life and in the dynamic environment of church leadership. We want to understand and adapt different leadership styles because they can significantly impact the growth and the engagement of your congregation. Here we're going to explore some key leadership styles that can really make a difference in different church settings depending on the situation and what's most needed. So we're going to talk first about what we're going to call visionary leadership. These are people who really get to see beyond the environment. Here's Proverbs 29:18. Where there is no revelation, people cast off restraint, but blessed is the one who heeds wisdom's instruction. Visionary leaders are instrumental in setting a direction and goals for their church. They can inspire confidence. They can help church members see the possibilities and potentials in the mission that lies before them. You know, if you're a visionary leader, you are known for your boldness, your ability to take calculated risks, and to achieve the church's long-term goals. You're seeing things that don't exist just yet, but you're certain that this is the direction your church needs to go. That's one type. Here's the second type. Servant leadership, putting others first and yourself right in the middle of it all. Here's Matthew chapter 20, verses 25 to 28. Jesus called his people together and he said, "You know that the rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and their high officials exercise authority over them, but not so with you. Instead, whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant. Whoever wants to be first must be your slave." So just as, and he uses himself as an example here, just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and give his life as a ransom for many. Notice what he did, putting himself in the middle of it. Servant leaders prioritize the needs of their congregation. They foster an environment of empathy and support, and by leading through example, they empower members to reach their full potential, building trust and open communication within the church community. So this approach enhances belonging, encourages collaboration, and because this kind of leader is simultaneously stretching ahead of where things are while remaining within the group as a servant worker themselves, they're contributing to getting things done very much from the inside. So here's another type, what we'll call transformational leadership. These are people who insist change and growth. We're going to use 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 11 as an example. Encourage one another, build each other up, just as in fact you're doing. Transformational leaders focus on inspiring positive change, promoting growth, and they motivate their congregation by setting high expectations and fostering a sense of purpose and meaning. These leaders excel in communication and individualized considerations, helping members discover and cultivate their unique talents in a way that sets a stage for, well, personal and also group transformations. Let's take yet another style. Now these overlap a bit, but there's still some distinct possibilities with each of these. What we'll call transactional leadership, which sets goals and expectations. I'm going to use as a cue here 1 Timothy chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, which talks about deacons and the support that they're to garner by being worthy of respect, sincere, not indulging in wine. And there's a whole set of expectations of what they should do and shouldn't do, which brings us into memory 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 40, doing all things in an orderly and a decent kind of manner. there's an expectation set that very much goes with this style of leadership. Keep your principles, test them, make sure they've got their abilities. Transactional leaders thrive in structured environments, setting clear goals and expectations, and they're adept at managing resources and motivating members through a system of what we'll call rewards and recognitions. So this style is particularly effective in achieving specific outcomes and maintaining an accountability, for it emphasizes concrete actions that have concrete outcomes and also benefits. Okay? Let's try another view here, what we'll call relational leadership, building strong community bonds. Here's Romans chapter 12, verses 9 to 13. Love must be sincere. Hate what's evil, cling to what's good, be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourselves, never be lacking in zeal, but keep your spiritual fervor in serving the Lord, and be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer, and share with the Lord's people who are in need. Practice hospitality. Relational leaders emphasize the importance of building strong community relationships, including within the church. They're skilled at creating a sense of community and belonging, fostering an environment where members feel valued and connected. This style is key to encouraging and retaining church members. Now, let's talk about a very, very different style which has its place, at least in some settings, what we'll call laissez-faire leadership. You perhaps have heard this with reference to government and regulations. Laissez-faire, encouraging autonomy is what that means. Now, here's a very broad statement from Jesus. John chapter 13, verse 15. He said, I've set you an example that you should do as I have done for you. Not exactly what I've done for you, but as I have done for you, as he washed their feet and served them. In laissez-faire leadership, pastors take a relatively hands-off approach, allowing congregational members to make decisions with a degree of independence. It promotes a creativity and an ownership, but it requires balance with a clear communication that will keep matters in alignment with the church's mission and values. Okay? Let's vary and move a little bit further over on the spectrum here. Democratic leadership style, where you try to encourage participation of everyone. Here's 1 Corinthians 12, chapter 12, verse 12, very, very well-known passage. Just as a body, though one, has many parts, but all its many parts form one body, so it is with Christ. Democratic leaders involve congregation members in decision-making processes, ensuring everyone's voice is heard. This inclusive approach it fosters an open communication, empowerment, and adaptability, which are crucial for navigating change and enhancing communal engagement. Now let's try just a few more. There's the so-called driver leader, someone who pushes for particular results. Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11. I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Driver leaders are focused on achieving those immediate future results or quick results and setting high expectations in that direction. They're energetic, assertive, motivating others to work towards the church's goals. With this style, it's effective in pushing for progress. It requires balance of assertiveness with empathy in order to maintain a positive environment. Now, a couple more. There's the authoritarian leader, providing structure and direction. Here's a verse to think about, Hebrews chapter 13, verse 17. Have confidence in your leaders, submit to their authority, because they keep watch over you as those who must give an account. Do this so that their work will be a joy, not a burden. That would be of no benefit to you or anybody else. So authoritarian leaders offer clear directions and structure, which can be beneficial in times of uncertainty or when decisive actions are needed. However, once again, it's important to balance authority with empathy to foster trust and prevent alienation. Now, bureaucratic leaders, another variation, uphold structure and order. 1 Timothy 3, 1-7 talks once again about overseers who are desiring a noble task. They're to be above reproach and these kinds of things. But once again, to do all these things in a way that is once again like 1 Corinthians 14:40, decently in order with a respectable, hospitable, able to teach kind of attitude, and managing themselves well. This is a way of showing that they can manage a church well, because they're also doing it in their own home environment. And also, by the way, cautions against recent converts who often are particularly vulnerable to a unique set of challenges. So bureaucratic leaders value rules and structural processes as they aim to ensure that church operations run smoothly, and their attention to detail and adherence to regulations make them assets in maintaining order and consistency within the church, though they may not press for developments that go far beyond their present state of affairs. So think about these as you want to decide how should we apply these church leadership styles in a way that help our particular need and congregation. Remember, the diversity of leadership styles is akin to the body, as we're told in 1 Corinthians. Each part of the body plays a vital role in the church's mission. So if you or your congregation would like some assistance in considering leadership styles and want to see how to embrace these styles and get strength through some of the principles outlined here, please visit our website and consider scheduling a 15-minute consultation with one of our workers and see how perhaps we could ensure that you're nurturing and unified and effective church community helped through your particular leadership style need. Thank you.